Hello everyone, it's Mr. Foley here, and I am here to provide you a little bit of an outline of what's happening with week 2 of the fourth quarter and how that's going to look for world geography. So whether you're with myself, Mr. Elling, or Mr. Casper, we're all doing the same thing here. The only difference is Zoom meetings and how we are holding those and when we are holding those. So here's what we have for the schedule for this week. Starting Tuesday, we're going to move into section 6. I'm sorry, starting Wednesday. Section 6, which is mapping. And so there's going to be a variety of different mapping tests that are taken with this. It's very important with these tests that you use the maps that I provide on the website here. That makes it a lot easier to work with. So let's take a look at these so that you have a good understanding of what's going on. So we go to assignments. And we go down to mapping. All right, let's take a look at mapping A, geography mapping basics quiz. Now, as you open this up, this includes 2 different quizzes in one. Make sure to use the correct map for each. For most of these, you have the quiz here, and sometimes you can just use the map that's on the screen. If you want, you can hit Control+, make it bigger. Or if you would rather, I do have most of these maps as well on the website. So let's go to section 6. Let's say that map wasn't very big. You can always open this up to full screen if this helps you out a little bit, and hit the plus to make that bigger. So there's some options there. So first quiz is a direction quiz. What direction is Canada from Australia? Now the hint that I give you up here is when I say from, you start with the country after. So since after from is Australia, you'd start at Australia and go to Canada and look at, okay, what direction am I moving? I have to move that direction. Then click the button. It's pretty simple. That's what you do for the first 5, actually the first 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10 are looking at different oceans. And what direction is the United States from this ocean or something like that. So use this map, or if you would rather, you can always go into Google or into my website and find that map there too. Okay, the next part of this quiz down below here, number 11, is the map the world locations portion. And for this, as you can see, use the physical map provided on the website to answer the following questions. Now, what I would do with this is I would split screens. So I would pull this out over here and make it half screen. And then on the other side, I would pull in my second window so that I can look at both together. Okay, there's the right quiz. Okay, so I'm sorry, I need to go to the website for this. So if I go to the website and I go to mapping, sorry, I got another screen in the way here. I go to mapping, I'm there, good. Here's the map the world quiz page right here. This is a good one for understanding these locations. So if I look below, Rocky Mountains, all right, well, I can see the Rocky Mountains are right here. So then when I look over here, okay, A seems to be in the same spot. Then I go Rocky Mountains, A. And so I use this map corresponding with this map, and you'll be able to answer the rest of the questions on this quiz. So pretty straightforward. Okay, leave that. Let's go to our next quiz, quiz number 2. So if we go to assignments for quiz number 2, or letter B, sorry. We're using Europe mapping questions. For this one, you are definitely going to need the maps that are found on the website here. So let's go to mapping. And here are your Europe maps right here. I would certainly open this full screen, most likely pop it out and share my 2 screens together. I think that'd be the best way to do this. Some of these you're going to use one map for, others you'll use more. For each type of map, there's an explanation provided above. In the question itself, sometimes you'll have a hint. It's like right here, you have a hint. So the first one, compare the physical geography and population density map. Which physical features lead to lower population density? So when I look at population density, the darker the color, the more people. But I notice here's the lightest color. And there's kind of a lighter color here surrounded by dark. So when I look at the physical features map, what do I see is right there? Well, right there is the Alps. When I look at the top here, what I see is there? Well, it's a higher elevation. So I use that to figure out these. So these maps will all be used together in different ways to answer these questions. And there are 10 of them. It's pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be too bad to work with there. Okay, let's look at assignment C. Assignment C is looking at world countries. So for that, let's pull up the website here. Go to mapping. Okay, use the world map found in section 6 mapping unit on the website. Match a country with the correct letter on the map below. So I can open up this map right here. And as you can see, I can make it bigger. And I'm comparing, all right? So for example, for map 1, I need to figure out what country 5 is. Well, if I look here is the same as here, 5 looks like Brazil. For the first 6 countries, so you're actually not 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all circled there. Once you move to the second set, I have 9 others circled, so on and so forth. So pretty easy to work with. Have these two maps open to look at. That'll help you out. Okay, on to D, comparing statistics. Okay, so this is a different map set here. It's a little more tricky. I would suggest that you watch this video here. Hello everyone, today I'm going to give you a little bit of a background. This video, you're watching me give you a video and a video. That's kind of confusing. This video helps you to understand these maps and how they work. That can be pretty beneficial. And then you're going to want to open up this map set here to understand these questions. What I say on the top here, when I say literacy and education, that's the map you should look at. You can see it corresponds to this one. Number 3 is life expectancy. Goes along with the life expectancy map here. So question number 1, based on this map, which continent has the most countries with people that struggle to read and write? Well, if I look at my map, I can see on top that adult literacy, the red is 70% or more cannot read or write. The orange is 50 to 69%, and the yellow is a 35 to 49%. So I know that if it's red, they're really struggling to read. So I'd look for, okay, well, which continent has more red and more orange? And it's pretty easy to see then, and I can answer that. So that's how they use those there. All right, so we're good in that shape. Let's take a look. Oh, and I should mention the last question on that is a little different. Based on all these maps, which country in Africa will most likely be best to live in based on the stats provided? Discuss information from at least 2 maps in your answer. So you have to decide. We'll go down to the bottom here. Sorry, my computer's catching up a little bit. Out of these countries in Africa, which one do you think would be the best to live in? So we have Morocco over here. We have Chad here. Ethiopia is there, and then Madagascar. So you want to compare those 4 in all these maps to see which ones you think is the best and why. So that's D. So those are your 4 assignments for this week. If you have any questions, please let your teacher know and we can help you out, but it should be pretty straightforward. All the maps are provided on the website. Thanks. Have a great day.